Hello everyone. I hope you all are very fine at your home and doing a very hard work at your home. Today we are going to discuss the further about the adaptation in animals. Today we will discuss the adaptation for food. But before that, I want to explain one thing. Whatever videos and assignment are prepared by the teachers, it will be worthless if you are not using in the proper ways. Okay, so if you are watching this video, you don't have to skip the video, you don't have to talk in between, you don't have to leave the video in between. You have to watch full video with a full concentration. Okay, one thing keep in your mind, in the online classes and in this offline video, until you will be honest towards your study, it is not going to work well, my dear. Okay, so no one is watching you, but you are watching yourself. Whatever you are doing, you are knowing whether you are doing right or wrong. So one thing I want to request, if you are using the assignment or you are watching the videos, that time you have to be concentrated. Okay, our videos and assignment will have no value if you are not utilizing it in a proper ways. So please see this video and see whatever is going to be explained in this video. Okay, let's start our video. You all are knowing we are depending on the food for our energy, and all the living beings want energy, and for the energy they have to eat the food. We are eating food only to get the energy. All the animals, birds, insects and all the living organisms in this world are getting food only to get the energy so that they can survive. So here we are going to discuss how different animals used to eat the different food and in a different way. So every animal used to eat their food in a different way, and on the basis of that they had been categorized into the several categories. Okay, we are going to discuss these several categories one by one. Okay, so first we are going to discuss about the herbivorous. Herbivorous animals are those animals that eat the plant parts and plant product. They can eat the leaf, they can eat the other twigs and the stem, or they can eat the fruit and the other plant product. So all that type of animals are known as herbivorous, that eat plant product or the plant parts. And what are the example? Cow, buffalo, goat, sheep, elephant, giraffe. These all are the example of herbivorous animal. And what are the adaptation found in the herbivorous animals so that they can easily climb the leaves, they can easily digest their food, and they can easily get their food? So first we are going to discuss about the leg. They are having very long and strong leg. Why? Because they have to graze in a large field. The cow, buffalo, goat, sheep, they all used to graze the grasses in a field, and they have to walk over a long distance. Okay, so they must have the long and strong leg. Second, I want to explain, some animals are having the different adaptation, that means different features. Like every animal is not having the long neck, but here giraffe is having the long neck. Why? So that they can climb the leaves from the tall trees. And what adaptation is found in the elephant to climb the leaves from tall trees? They are having trunk. Okay, trunk is used to climb the branches or climb the leaves for their food. So these two types of the adaptation is also found in some of the animals, and their leg is also very, very strong so that they can walk over a large field and they can get their food. Next we are going to talk about their teeth. In the previous chapter, okay, in test 1 we have already discussed what are the different types of teeth. So herbivorous is having basically two types of teeth. First is incisor. Okay, incisors are the broad and sharp teeth which is used to cut and bite the food. Okay, and after that they are having the molars also so that they can chew their food. So as you can see, the teeth, these teeth are very flat from front, and they are having the sharp edges like the scissors. Okay, so that they can cut and bite their food and very easily, and after that they used to chew the food with the help of the molars. So they are having mostly incisor and molar. Okay, Next, we are going to discuss about the carnivorous animal. The carnivorous animals are those animals that eat the flesh of the other animals, like lion, tiger, vulture, lizard, frog, eagle, and so many. These animals used to eat the flesh of other animal. So according to that, they are having the different features, different adaptation. But before that, I wanted to explain two words. That is, first is predator and second is prey. What is predator? Predators are the animals. Predators are the animals that kill the other animals. Okay, predators are the animals that kill the other animals for their food, whereas prey are the animal that are killed by the other animals. Here you can see the zebra is trying to be killed by the lion. So here lion is the hunter, lion is the predator that is trying to kill the zebra for the food. Here the zebra will be called prey because zebra will be killed by the lion. So the animal that are killed is known as prey, and the animals that kills the other animal for the food is called predator. So predator can be any animal. Okay, mostly they are carnivorous because they hunt the herbivorous, and whereas the herbivorous or the other animals that are killed by the other animals are called the prey. Okay, and this relationship is also very important. Why it is important? Because suppose if the lion will not kill the deer or zebra or the other herbivorous animal, then what will happen? The number of the herbivorous animal will be increased, isn't it? And the number of herbivorous will be more, then all the leaves and the plant will be eaten by these animals. And what will happen? The balance of the nature will be imbalanced. Our nature will be imbalanced. The more amount or more number of herbivorous will be there. Okay, so that's why these relationship between the predator and prey is very important to maintain the balance in our nature. Okay, now let's discuss what are the adaptation. So first we are going to talk about the teeth. What type of teeth they are having? Remember, when I was explaining about the teeth, that time I told you the teeth that are used to tear the flesh are called canines. Okay, and these canines are very well developed in the carnivorous. Why? Because they have to tear the flesh, right? They have to tear the flesh and eat, and after tearing the flesh they have to crush the bones or crush the muscles also. Why? Because to swallow, okay, they have to crush. Sometimes when they are eating the flesh, some bones can also be there, so they use their molars to crush the food, whereas the canines are used to tear the food. Okay, some of the birds, some of the birds and some of the animals are having sharp claws. Why? Because they have to hold their prey sometime. Suppose eagle is catching the cat and they have to fly, so what they will do, they will hold their prey in the claws, because long distance they must have to cover. So if their claws will not be strong, then their prey can be fall down. Okay, so they must have the strong sharp claws so that they can hold their prey. Like you are seeing in the picture, the eagle is holding its prey. Second is they have the hooked like beak. Okay, you can see here they are having hooked like beak so that they can tear the flesh very easily. They can trap their beak, they can peer their beak into the flesh and they can tear. So they must have the hooked and sharp beak so that they can tear their flesh very easily. Some of the other carnivores like the snake, they are having the property to coil their body very nicely. Their body is covered with the scales, okay, that help them to coil their body. Okay, and sometimes they can hold or they can trap the prey, okay, by crawling their bodies. Okay, and after that they used to swallow their food whole. If they are eating the lizard, they are eating mouse, or they are eating frog, then they used to swallow the food whole, and after that they start digesting that. Some Okay, some other animals like frog, just now I told you the frog is eaten by the snake, right? But if the frog is eating their food, then they are having the sticky sticky tongue. They are having sticky tongue, and all the insect used to stick on the tongue, and after that they used to swallow. Okay, so these type of adaptation are found in the carnivorous. Next, we are going to talk about the omnivorous. Omnivorous are the animals that eat both type of food, the plant and plant products also, and the flesh of other animals also, like bears, turtle, crow, cat, dog, and obviously the human being are the example of the omnivorous. Okay, human being is also the omnivorous. Why? Because we are eating the plant and plant products also, and sometimes we are eating the meat also. So both type of food we are consuming, so we are omnivorous. Okay, sometimes if they are hunting, who are hunting, that means if the predator have to hunt their food, okay, hunt their prey, that time they use one property which is known as camouflage. Camouflage is the property due to that they can merge themselves in the surrounding. Here you are seeing the lion is hiding in the brown bushes, whereas the bear is white like the surrounding. So what they used to do, they used to merge themselves in the surrounding so that the prey cannot recognize them, and these predator can hunt them very easily. This property is used for both the purpose, to hide from the enemies also and to kill the prey also. This property is used in both in the condition. If they have to kill their prey, they used to hide, and after that when the prey come near to them, they used to kill them, and when they have to hide from the enemies, they use this property also. Okay, so this is the adaptation for eating their food. Next, I am going to discuss about the parasites. Parasites are the animal that used to take their food from the other animals. Okay, some of the parasites can be present on the upper part of the body, whereas some of the predator can be present inside our body. Okay, so they used to suck the blood. Mosquitoes, leeches, bugs, and Jew in your head. Okay, yes, Jew in your head is also the example of predator. Why? Because that used to suck the blood from our scalp, in same as the mosquito, leeches, and bug. Okay, so what they used to do, they used to suck the blood. How? They are having suckers. Suckers are the very narrow tube-like structure which are pierced into the skin, and after that they used to suck the blood. Okay, suckers are the tube-like structure which is used to pierce into the skin, and after that they used to suck the blood from the body. Now, if I am explaining here, two important words are there. First is host, second is parasites. The parasites are the animals, okay, that used to suck the blood, that depend on the other animals. Suppose the mosquitoes are depending on the animals or the human being. So if they are sucking the blood from the animal will be called host. Okay, because on the host the parasites are depending, and the animal that used to suck the blood is called the parasites. Leeches, if the leeches are sucking the blood from the buffalo, suppose from the buffalo the leeches are sucking the blood, so the buffalo will be the host and leeches will be the parasite. Okay, so I hope you all have understood. Last, I want to explain some of the parasites are present inside our body. Okay, like hookworm, tapeworm, or a ringworm. They are getting their food from inside of our body, and day by day they are increasing. The number of the parasites are increasing, and after some time it can be very, very harmful for us. So parasites can be present inside our body and it can be present outside of our body, but in the both cases they depend on the other animals. Okay, that is called host. So I hope you all have understood all these categorization on the basis of the food and all the adaptation required by these animals. Thank you so much for watching and keep doing hard work.